Musimi, he wants to be the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya. So gotta ask him, the ref.
I'm recording. Let me call
What's the last time you cooked?
Sir, let me call you.
What to Villa to sema 21 questions next.
96.3 Easy FM. 21 questions.
Question 12. How did you pop the question?
It's something that most men, and I'm no exception.
Yeah.
You just fear because somebody may say no.
Exactly.
We were out having coffee. And
there was no Java back then, so.
And I asked her.
Right.
I told her that I had been thinking, I'd been praying.
Right.
So I think by the time I popped the question,
right,
I think we pretty much decided this was the way to go. It wasn't as difficult, but it is still difficult. Somebody can say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So question 14, when is the last time you cooked a meal?
The last time I cooked is a cup of tea a meal?
No.
It has to be. It has to be because this morning I made my wife a cup of tea.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
I got up in the morning at 6. I went down.
Yes.
I made 2 cups of tea. Yeah. I know how she likes it.
Yes.
And I made her a cup of tea. I walked upstairs and she was in bed.
And you should see him. He's still glowing.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't talk about tea. Don't talk about food.
All right. Now, question 15. Do you and the lovely Mrs. Have date nights?
I'm horrible with dates.
Right.
Yeah, it's one area, it's one department for which I really feel sorry for because I don't enjoy going out.
Right.
She loves going out.
Right.
So I mean that's not an area in which I have done very well.
Right.
No.
Next year, 2013, His Excellency President Mutava Musimi is the president. Now, what discipline, sports are you going to be fighting?
What sports am I going to
be following?
Oh, I'm scouting for a football club to support.
Right.
I'm currently seriously looking at Sapapaka.
Right.
Because I'm told it's fairly multi-ethnic.
Right, that's true.
And I like multi-ethnic situations.
Yes.
That's who I am. That's my background.
Right.
I get lost in monolithic structures.
Right.
One tribe.
Right.
I get lost.
Right.
So I'm looking at that.
Right.
I'm embarrassed to say I play golf.
Yes.
I have played golf for over 30 years.
Yes.
And I mean, when I say play, I say I do about. I aim at about 2 games a week.
Wow. So what's your handicap?
I'm now 9.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Question 17 then.
Yeah.
Let's assume the unfortunate events that surrounded the demise of Samuel Wanjiru happened during your regime. What would His Excellency have done?
The pastor in me kicked in,
right,
and the human being.
Yes.
I looked at it as a human story.
Right.
I looked at it as a shepherd.
Right.
Within me, everything. I was concerned about this family,
yes,
as a pastor would be,
right,
and I would have more than likely have found a way of privately, not publicly, meeting the family,
yes,
and to say Pole. I would have found a way of saying Pole. And you can also be done publicly.
Right.
I don't see why it has to be done privately. But you see, there were so many other questions that were coming up about his death. Right. I think that's why the private thing came up.
Right.
And from there, I do believe that the president of this republic needs to give more space, right, and more of his time to the athletes and their needs and their issues, and just to support them humanly. Last week when I was in the Rift Valley, I spent the night in the home of one of the athletes,
right,
in Eldoret. Right. I don't need to say who.
Yes.
And so I have a very soft spot for the athletes, and I think they've done a lot to give us a great name. I mean, they have branded us, they have given us pride. I really am very proud of our athletes, and I think let's continue to support them.
I like that, and it shows on your face as well. Mahesh Mutava Musimi, our guest on 21 Questions. Now, when we get back, we're going to ask him, all right, now, are you going to use a musician as a vehicle to the presidency? Let's see what he says on 21